Hey everyone, Kyle Walker here. If you love cars, fixing things, or just want to understand your vehicle better, you're in the right place. I share hands-on tips, smart driving advice, and straight-up car talk without the fluff. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around till the end. You don't want to miss what's coming up. Let's get into it.
Confiscated cars are vehicles that have been seized from owners for non-payment of debts by various financial organizations through charges. If the bank comes to an agreement with the debtor and the car is voluntarily given into his possession, then, depending on the decision between the parties, the sale can be handled either by the authority or by the perpetrator of the event itself. But if this obligation falls on the shoulders of the former owner, the bank follows his every step, as the property belongs directly to him, which is confirmed, as a rule, by the pact of seizure. If the debtor evades payment in this way, the plaintiff proceeds to strict measures. Companies appeal to the court, and if within 10 days the defendant has not filed a petition of appeal, then after the meeting the bailiffs decide the fate of the means of transportation. There are several ways to sell such cars. Let's consider everything in detail in our article. Sale of confiscated cars. People are actively interested in seized cars because of their low cost and full technical inspection with conclusion. How does the purchase of a seized car take place? Let's start with the fact that the sale of confiscated cars is engaged in various structures: auction, bank, online store. Stages of the transaction through the bank auction. Bailiffs bring the car to the auction after 2 months. This option of searching for a car is notable for the fact that you are shown a huge number of models. The order of participation is as follows. You fill out a participation form, throw down a deposit, the amount of which is conditioned by the declared price of the car. Pay the remaining amount if you decide to buy. In 10 days, the founders will make a certificate confirming the act of sale, and you will be given all the papers on the car and the keys. From you will be required, of course, registration of the car and the traffic police. Bank. Often banks themselves act as organizers of the auction in connection with the terms of the sentence. These auctions differ in that you can pay in cash or take a loan from the bank, 17 to 20%. You just need to write an application to participate. The great thing about this is that you don't have to wait. The buyer has the right to drive away on a new four-wheeled friend immediately after payment. Online shopping. Sometimes banks seek help from dealers and other firms that distribute information about models for a percentage of sales. The advantage of this method is primarily speed. Add to this that if you have given preference to a firm that works together with the bank, then all the papers and documents that you will have to sign in the future will be in good order. But among such entities there are often fraudsters. Therefore, take time to study their certificates. Read also how to organize a parking space for the car on the dacha plot, whichever way you decide to go, before the realization of. All machines are subjected to full inspection, so for the technical condition of the purchased iron horse can be completely calm. Pros and cons of buying confiscated goods. Of course, the most important factor determining this choice is the low price. Who does not dream of buying a good quality at a cost below market value? This is reinforced by the relatively good condition of the transport, which, in addition, will be checked by specialists. If you also formalize the transaction through the bank, you will see two more positive sides. The contract will be drawn up in accordance with the law. You will have the opportunity to get a loan from the bank of the curator. The disadvantages of such an investment cannot be ignored. If the sale of the car is engaged in a debtor, he can put a higher price than stated in order to appropriate the rest of the profit and stay in a favorable position. In this business prevails the number of deceivers, profiting from forging certificates of technical condition of your future iron friend, and not only. In connection with the previous point, the client will have to feel each of the participants of the transaction and monitor all the protocols signed by them. Mandatory payment of VAT and commission fees. Peculiarities of any bidding. For example, at the end of disputes, the cost of the slot can jump much higher than the initial one. How to protect yourself when buying a confiscated car. As we have already voiced earlier, to protect yourself, take the purchase seriously and painstakingly read each sheet signed by all interested parties. In addition, you should have the following information. Find out under what conditions the car was purchased in the salon, whether the debtor took a loan. If necessary, it is better to ask for a credit history of the seller. Of course, review the full package of documentation, confirming the originality of the brand. Make a photocopy of the securities. The sale and purchase agreement must be certified by a notary and conditioned in a bank. The Federal Bailiff Service, Federal Bailiff Service. By logging on to the official website of this service, you will learn the information you need about the welfare of the person selling you a means of transportation. To do this, you will need full name of the owner of the car, date of birth, the region of his residence. Read also the correct sale of the car on a commission agreement. The way out of the situation can also be a trip to the traffic police to obtain data on the former owner. During all stages of the transaction, Rosamishchestvo is responsible for the preservation of the property, since any bank is subject to the law. After the court, the means of transportation go to the Federal Agency for State Property Management, where they are sold. Where to buy confiscated cars in Russia? In our country, for these purposes, there is a wide list of sites. They sell confiscated cars most often at auctions and on official online services, which contain all offers from banks, creating an excellent base for search. You may also come across advertisements in the print media. In conclusion, we would like to note that not only passenger cars are found among the confiscated cars. You can make sure of this by looking through several offers. Moreover, if you choose your future friend wisely, you can find a new model with low mileage at a modest price. We hope that the algorithm built by us will help you in a safe search for a car. In conclusion, confiscated cars find their way to various auction houses, government sales, and online platforms, providing a unique opportunity for buyers to acquire vehicles at potentially lower prices. Understanding the process, from the initial seizure to the final sale, can help you navigate this market effectively. Whether you are a seasoned buyer or a first-time bidder, knowing where to look and how to participate can lead to great deals. Thank you for watching, and we hope this video has shed light on the fascinating world of confiscated car sales.